Answer the question. When are we gonna see songs for hens?
Answer the question. Answer the question. When are we gonna see songs for hens?
When are we gonna see songs for hens? Yes, because we are Angry Birds!
It's basically the staging of the story of the suffragette movement, the women who fought for the right to vote in the UK. But it's told through a different world, basically. We're in the world of a forest, and all the characters are birds, which means they have an interesting kind of physical language. And in the bird species, it's interesting because the male of the species, the cock, does all the singing. And the hens are usually sort of, they don't have a striking plumage, and they usually don't make as much noise, and their job is to kind of make the nest. So more traditional Victorian female role. So it kind of worked quite well, translating that story into kind of a bird setting.
Could stand to rigorous tests. The moments the world gets tough, to crumble or broken and stressed.
It takes a cock to be a leader. It takes a cock to get things produced. It takes a cock to show direction. It takes a cock to rule the roost.
Firstly, we started off with like workshops and workshopping everything, whereas like music and scenes and characters.
It is almost like you're fantasising flying as one complete flock for the first time.
Students were involved from day one of the process, from the very first visit that Dougal made to the college, where he basically said, so tell me about some of your experiences of being a woman in today's society. And all these ideas kind of filtered through into Dougal's writing, and he kind of matched what the students were saying in those early sessions to the way the characters speak in the script.
The big bird arrived. Big bird. Adaja.
Does anyone want to try a begging?
Harry. How about a cup of tea?
Oh,
that's it, Emily. Lift our spirit. Why is someone put a kettle on?
At first we was like, oh my gosh, a play's going to get written for us, and we don't have enough time, we have nothing to base it on. Like if we did a play from before, we could go on YouTube and be like, oh, so she sung it like this, I'm going to sing it like that. But now it's all based on us and how we want to do it. So it's really exciting.
It's great because they are kind of semi-staging the show themselves, so a lot of the work is coming from them, and then that can inform what I'm doing with the rewrites.
So they're really getting a view of all the angles of creating the show, from the writing of the script, the writing of the songs, to the staging of the show.
I mean, the fact that they're choreographing themselves is interesting as well, because they bring kind of a really contemporary take to some of it.
I've never choreographed before, so it was quite a challenge. But I think the ideas that I chose, I think, were quite in keeping with the show and the theme of the show, and the theme of the song especially.
Back, bats and beats and ball to the floor and kick, kick and kick, kick and kick, kick. Faces rubbed in the turf.
This is the ensemble, like the children, the chicks. And Emily has a different costume. The show is very punk, and I wanted to influence that on the costume, but I also wanted to keep a quite a Victorian look to it and feel to it. So that's why I did all the corsets and stuff like that. Also I wanted Emmeline to have a different look and something more substantial.
The fact that they can kind of go away and think about it and kind of come up with designs for how the whole piece looks, it is great. It means that they're really invested in it, and that's wonderful, because it becomes more than I imagined it would be.
So this is a really great vocational opportunity for the students, because it effectively replicates what goes on in a professional environment.
Walking in the canopy of the...
When I first saw this set, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, it's all coming together. The music, the costumes, the signs, everything we're doing now, this process now that we're at is like the best bit, because you're really excited and you're like, oh, this is going to look so sick and this is going to look amazing, and you can now visualise what's going to happen.
It's been a really good experience because I've never done anything like this before, with working with a musical theatre writer.
Tonight we're gonna burn bright, fight for your rights with the might of your wings. Come with me and you'll be part of a new scene, crashing the waves and the roar as it stings.